It is I, the People's Machine, back to you with another exciting episode of the Gaming Roundtable, brought to you, of course, by Unpaid Gamers. That's right, Unpaid Gamers. You can find us on YouTube.com, Unpaid Gamers, and on Twitch.com. Check us out. We have Posthuman Guy, of course, as always. We've all been kind of busy, but he is still putting up those live streams, and check that stuff out. And, of course, the man, the myth, the Apex legend himself, Banloss, getting the wins and having all kinds of fun doing that. You are looking at the latest and newest of the wrestling games that's come out here recently, retailing for around $12, is Action Arcade Wrestling for your PS4, and probably available on Xbox, PS5, and whatnot, and Xbox Series X. And PC probably. This is a PS4 version, of course, because I am a Sony guy for the most part. And Action Arcade Wrestling. This is a pure arcade wrestling game. And before I start talking about this, I just recently got back from Rochester, New York, a trip with my beautiful bride-to-be, and spending time with the family there. Spent a week up there. It was a great trip. Had a blast. Got to do a lot of firsts. Never been to Pennsylvania, got to see that. Went to Niagara Falls, that was amazing. And I just couldn't have thought of any better than to spend it with my fiance and her family. It was excellent time. I know it is August 14th. I haven't put up anything since June, which was Age of Sigmar, the last thing that I did. But I want to tell you that it's just because July is a tough month. The first week's camp, the last week is the New York trip, and so there was just a lot of different things going on in July, and I'm going to try to start doing this more frequently, more content. I know I've said that in the past, but I really want to because I miss you guys, and I'm glad that you all have been sticking around. And if you like any of our videos here on Unpaid Gamers, or if you like the People's Machines Gaming Roundtable, you can subscribe to my channel at Gaming Roundtable on YouTube.com and or Twitch, or you can become a follower on the PlayStation Network. You can check me out with my gamer tag, People's Machine. It's all one word, all together. Capital P, Eeples, and Machine together, and you can check that out there. Now, I know there's been a lot of this news stories and stuff with Activision and Blizzard and the stuff going on and the Falderall there and just everything that's been going on. And just a lot of news stories that's already been covered by Yang Yao and Angry Joe and Jim Sterling and a lot of the big heavy hitters, Skill Up and all those guys, which I'm going to have a bone to pick with Skill Up here in a minute. Now, a lot of people like him, but I do have a bone to pick with him, but that goes into the next video I'll be bringing you, because I had purchased Godfall for the PS4. It was one of the games that I really was just like, man, I wish I had a PS5 for it. It looked so good, and he kind of dived all over it. But the PS4 version, wow, it's spectacular. But first, we're getting into some wrestling. Everybody knows I've been a long-time wrestling fan. Started watching wrestling when I was 7 years old. That was 40 years ago, which is crazy to think that I've been watching it that long. It's as long as Jim Cornette's been in wrestling. But AAW, or Action Arcade Wrestling, is an indie title developed by like 8 different people. If I go to the credits here, you can see who the executive producer, David Horn, Eugene Tichokrov, I guess it is. Here's the different supporters that supported the game. It does use the Unreal Engine, which is licensed by Epic. You got your lead animator, designer, and music and all that, but not a whole lot of people. Now, to get into the meat and bones of this game, I have a game on my Switch called Wrestling Empire. I recommend. It's got a large roster of pretend wrestlers, but are modeled after the real life wrestlers. They just have different names because of licensing reasons, and it has a big campaign, all this stuff. It's a great game on your Switch if you're looking for an indie wrestling title that's not WWE 2K games. And of course, like Battlegrounds, that came out, and they've done a lot of different improvements to WWE Battlegrounds, but that game still does not hold my interest like it should. I had picked it up, played it for a while, and just with all the different added, half the roster is not even there now. They have fired, WWE has fired so many people and let people go recently. So it's very, very, I just can't get into the game like I did with All Stars. I don't know. Like I still like to play it in very small doses, but it just doesn't feel the same. I bought Fire Pro Wrestling, of course, like the year before last, 2 years ago, and was enjoying that up until recently when they'd added so much DLC and downloadable add-ons and contents that none of my actual creator wrestlers that I've downloaded, and I downloaded over 200, I think, something like that, or maybe it was like 150, 160, and none of them work now because that stuff was when the game came out, and now you have all this other stuff going on in this game, and so it just, I mean, in Fire Pro, so it was like I'd had to buy a bunch of stuff just to get those wrestlers to show up. I can't even, they're not even on there to select, and I would have to delete everyone to re-download. It's just ridiculous. And I wasn't going to do that with Fire Pro. I just wasn't, as much as I enjoyed that game. This game, I didn't know anything about. It just kind of came out of left field. And Action Arcade Wrestling is funny because you had an E there, it'd be AEW. This game, just I want to preface this, is an indie wrestling game through and through. There is zero campaign whatsoever. There are no entrances whatsoever. If you want to create your own wrestler, you can't do it in-game. It's really strange. The creation tool says the AAW Wrestle Lab is the official free companion app for Action Arcade Wrestling that allows you to create your Ultimate Wrestling Arena. And you go there and it'll tell you some more information on actionarcadewrestling.com, but you use an app essentially to create wrestlers to upload them. And it's really weird that it's not done in-game or in-house, but and there's some pretty spectacular stuff that the community's doing. This does allow you to create your own federations. I've done WWE, AEW, and Legends. If I go to, let's say, WWE, you can, with these federations, you can create different colored titles and straps. It's kind of bare bones, but at least you get to do that. You can literally you can rename, there's a national championship, like, see, as I called it, Universal Champion Roman Reigns. I could turn that into SmackDown. You've got tag teams, and that's what's available. There's only 3 types, but at least they give you that, which is kind of nice. And we'll get into, and then of course, you make your roster and you drop your people in there. And of course, I have got my current roster of what's available from the community, from AJ Styles, Alexis Bliss, to Bobby Lashley, Edge, Goldberg, John Cena. Now, the game has their own textures, but you can upload your own, which is why there's some the way John looks different from Goldberg. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Rhea Ripley. You know, you kind of get the gist of that. And I've got AEW characters as well, and then of course WWE Legends as its own thing. You can download arenas, which is actually really cool. If I go to, let's say, manage arenas and download arenas, it's very quick, it's very speedy, which I really like. And look, you got Royal Rumble late 90s, Royal Rumble 89, SummerSlam, Saturday Night Slam Masters, WrestleManias, TNA's on here. There's AEW Dark. There's Dynamite, the U.S. Army, the Nitro Arena. People seem to be uploading stuff every day. The Raw's arenas are in here different years and stuff that people made, and that's a nice touch. When you go into manage wrestlers, you can download wrestlers per se, and this kind of these are just the latest stuff, the most downloaded, what people have downloaded the most, and it's pretty creative. I mean, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Now, I know he was recently let go from WWE, but he would make a good addition to your roster. Kane, there's CM Punk, Jon Moxley, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels. That's a really nice one. The Stone Cold's nice. Randy Orton. There's a Bret Hart. You can always tell when people put their own textures up there. They're usually a bit higher quality. But these are really nice. They did a good job on them. And I really do dig the different things. You can do it to get the AEW guys, I just was using Liger, but to get look, check that out. Someone literally made Donkey Kong. It's pretty extensive. I don't have the companion app because I just don't, but what you can do in the companion app, there's been some ridiculous stuff. If I put for example, Loki, from Marvel, and look, there's 2 different versions. There's Loki, and then there's classic Loki, and that's kind of neat that they threw that in there. So there is a ton of Marvel, DC. When I did AEW, for example, it pulls up anything that's relative to AEW. Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, the Painmaker version of Chris Jericho, Darby Allin. There is 2 Darby Allins up here. That's not the best one. There's a better one. And some of these are really nice. Pac and Pentagon and Hangman. There's 2 different Hangmans. The second one's better. Because if you look at Hangman Adam Page's face and you go back to Omega's face, it's very similar. And the other Hangman's better, but you've got Jungle Boy and Juventud and Sammy Guerrero and Cody Rhodes. There is better Cody Rhodes than that. Orange Cassidy, which is, there's 2 or 3 different Orange Cassidys, and one of them's really, really good. And unfortunately, it's like I can't get it to download no matter what I do. It's this one, and I just can't get it to, some of them just won't download, and it's because there's some broken links or whatever. But you can get just about anybody, and it all depends on who's uploaded what and where. So again, you go there, download wrestlers again, hold on. And if I was to put like, let's see here. Again, WWE's up top as you can see, and then hit search. And that's basically what you're doing, and it's easy. You literally hit select, preview, save. It saves almost instantly, and they're all in there. You can save up to 300 downloads, which is a lot. I've got about 70 something at this point. And it's really based on, like I said, the community creation. So it depends on what you're looking for. The game has your exhibition match. You got 1v1, 2v2 tornado, 3v3 tornado, battle royale, 3-way dance, 4-way dance, 4-person elimination, 1 versus 2, tag team, 3 versus 3 tag, 4 versus 4 tag, 5 versus 4 tag, 3 versus 3 elimination, 4 versus elimination, 5 versus elimination. Like I said, there is no campaign, there's no story, there's no career mode. This is strictly an arcade game. And I hope that they do end up adding stuff. I'll put it on easy just for what we got here. There's the traditional A arena, but we're going to use one of the arenas that I've got. We'll use the Dynamite arena. You can do the arcade or normal match length. You can put on camera cuts. So, and there's a tutorial at the very beginning that you can skip, but they make you go through all the basics of the entire game and how to do absolutely everything. You can also set it for to the CPU to control both if you just want to watch it. AAW is these are their wrestlers, and they're not really like Blue Serpent is clearly, you know, Ultimo Dragon. You know, certain these people might be based on some of the people. If you look, Sherilyn, Scales, Dexter Parker, El Universo, K-Fay, you know, it's all the stuff that they created. Flash Tiger, Forsaken, Yox Hammer, Hot J Tubbs, and clearly that's supposed to be like a tugboat type character. You got Crimson Claw, you know, clearly again, just different people they have created for their particular roster, and you actually do unlock more people as it goes. Again, like an Ultimate Warrior type character. And you know, I've not played as those. I like having like the fact that I can pick WWE, I can pick AEW, which is my Cody Rhodes, and my legends. I've got Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, The Undertaker. That's in 2006. That's probably the best looking Undertaker I've seen up here. They do have the classic ones, Ultimate Warrior, Animal, Batista, Hawk, and Jim Cornette, because I love Jim Cornette, and Psycho Sid. And let's go into, these are my actual WWE, AEW guys. I've got my WWE guys. We'll go with WWE. We'll go ahead and we'll do a Goldberg as the player. And then we're going to make him face a WWE character. We'll have him face Roman Reigns, a tribal chief. And might as well. And then you begin the match. The music is repetitive and it's okay at best, but it's to be expected. Like I said, there's no entrances. There's just that. I may try to find a better Roman Reigns, but right now that's the best one. Another thing I've noticed, and like the old N64 games, real quick, X is a light grapple. You can hit X and then for grapple, and then X again for a move, or up, down, left, right for that. You can hold down X for a strong grapple, hit X, or hit up, down, left, right. It plays very similar. very similar to, you can do focus mode too, cycle, let's say cycle here. It plays very similar to the N64 games. It's very close, except if it was an action game. This is kind of like your reversal thing. If you jam your button better than the computer, you'll, boom, you do that. Running is back in one button. You can run with the square and triangle, square and cross button, or X button as it's called. Or, see, do a strong grapple or pressing the down button. You get like, spot bonuses for that. And see, I'll show you here. See, spot succeeded. It gives you points, which is what you use to rank up and unlock things in the game. You get these neat power-ups. Power up defense, damage is reduced. Boom! And it's very well animated, which is what I am very surprised by, the animation. On easy, it's almost too easy. Let's see here. I think up and that's, look, spear, time for Goldberg. Boom! It is very well animated. I love it. It's fun. And I really enjoy it. Do a quick grapple by pressing the left button. Boom! So I'm going to pick them up with X. Let's do this. So I get the spot. I do have a finisher. So we're going to do that.
A new power up. Grapple buff.
Grapple buff like this. Boom. So you want to get those things. And it's cool. Again, it's strictly an action game. Finisher. Jackknife, of course. And he's up. Boom. That's it. Let's pin him.
1, 2, 3.
And that's it. Match win. And again, you get these points. You can move around. There is taunts in the game that you can unlock and assign to any of your wrestlers if you want. Which is nice. I just haven't done it. Oh, okay. So I can actually cycle through the cameras with. I didn't even tell you that in the tutorial. If I click in the stick, boom, boom, or really close or far. That's a neat one right there. Now, it's funny, I can still, just keep beating them up afterwards. Which is hilarious. Pick them up again. Man. And he just keeps ringing the bell. It's great. It's kind of funny, actually. I wish I could remember. There's a way to actually throw them. Like, boom, another diagonal version of a grappled jackknife. I just don't remember how to do it. It's in the tutorial. So we'll end the match. And you get these points, which as you go, you'll unlock characters. I've actually unlocked some taunts, which is neat. They did actually show the taunts in the tutorial, but you can actually, I think, go back and replay the tutorial. Like I said, it is kind of bare bones in the sense that you're not getting what you would get with a lot of the wrestling games, but you do get some nice touches here. Camera cuts, arena outline. Let's see here, accept. But the tutorial here lets you. It's definitely a way to. You should always try to.
To perform a basic quick strike, tap the strike button. Land enough of these.
I can skip it. It just kind of tells you how to do everything.
A strong.
Skip it. Just says. Boom. That's a strong right there. It's animated very well. Up. Let's see. Let's see here. That's success there. Or you can
holding the down direction while pressing the grapple and strike buttons will produce a dash
attack. So. Boom. That's successful. That's down.
Now let's try a quick grapple.
You want to skip that. Tap. And again, these
now
lessons
with your opponent in your grasp, you have
without pressing up down. That's a body slam. So that's good.
You can also drag your opponent around the ring. Press left to drag them to the ropes and throw them out.
Okay, so you press left and hold left and it throws ass to the ground. Real easy. That's what I like about the game.
Your opponent across the ring. Press the strike button to whip.
This is how you do it. I couldn't remember. Tap square, then tap. Boom. That's nice. Tap square.
Now let's try a strong.
So you can skip all that. I just couldn't remember how to do it. It's really nice to play a game that definitely you can see that this indie developer has a lot of love and a lot of just general love for wrestling. And I love the fact that we are seeing more and more indie wrestling games. We are seeing games like Wrestling Empire, Fire Pro, which may not necessarily be an indie title, but you know what I mean. It's not a W2K thing. We are seeing that. We got an AEW game coming. There's actually like a bunch of different wrestling games that are being released, which is kind of neat. Let's do this exhibition. I want to show you the. Let's do this. Let's do a. Let me show you the. It's pretty cool. Like, let's see, 4v4. There's a tag match. Let's just do a. Let's do a 3 versus 3 tag match. Let's put the difficulty up on hard. I'm not going to play this. I'm going to show you what it's like watching the. We'll do the Raw Arena. Submission, yes. Weapons thrown in, yes. Spots, yes. No title on the line. None of the power-ups that you can get. And we're going to just make everything CPU because I think that'll be fun. And we're going to do, let's see here, John Cena. We're going to do, let's see here, we're going to do Legends, WWE. I'm going to put Hulk Hogan in there, CPU, with John Cena. And then we're going to do, let's see here. We'll do, let's see here. Let's go back to the Legends and we will do Shawn Michaels. Why not? And then over here, we're going to do AEW thing. So we're going to do Cody Rhodes as a CPU. We're going to do, let's see, go over here. We're going to do Kenny Omega, CPU. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to do John Moxley as a CPU. And this is all CPU. So if you want to watch just sit back and watch a thing, it's really cool. And again, it's something I used to do all the time on the N64 when I didn't feel like playing. I just wanted to see what it was like watching the computers beat the tar out of each other. I put it on hard. That might make this very competitive. But now it's kind of a WWE versus AEW. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. John Cena, of course, for Cody Rhodes. And again, there's voiceover for certain things, but there's no commentary. Like I said, there's no campaign. But, I mean, for $12, $11.99, you're getting a lot. Plus, with all the downloadable content that people have been throwing up there, it's pretty amazing. You know, I love it. I like the fact that there's already a healthy amount of community creations. Boom. That's what you get with those. Look, he just punched him. Look how he looked at him. Hey, what are you doing? There's little things like that that makes the game really cool. My friend's got a guitar there. You can set up a table, and you can actually put it on, like set it on fire, which is ridiculous. Oh, he's got a guitar. Oh, there's a chair. John's actually getting his butt kicked by Cody. This is bad. Oh, there goes the pin. Doesn't look like my guys are going to get any help.
This match will continue.
He's got some offense now. Boom. Let's see what happens. Boom. You could see a finisher. Oh, he reversed it. Very nice. Oh, he got out. That was smart. While he was hurting, Shawn Michaels is in here. Boom. He chair shot him. Oh. Boom, he's going for the pin. Double chair shot, very quick, very good. Boom. Like I said, it's this great little action arcade game. Now that was a little glitch there.
A new power-up is available.
Boom. Health steal, so grab that, steal health, and do moves, I guess. John Moxley is beating up. Boom. Beating the tar out of Shawn Michaels right now. Spot called again. Boom. Oh, you freaking hit him with a sword, for the love of God. Very cool. Oh, here's old Hulk Hogan, man. Very nice. That's more like his wrestling, like, he's still got a necklace on, but he was a good looking Hulk. That's why I've got it. Now he's just kind of sitting there. I don't know what. Okay. And again, just watching the computer wrestle is interesting. Boom! He hit Hogan with the clothesline. Hogan got a lot. He barely did any damage to him. Oh, that's again another glitch, but that seems to happen. Boom. Not so much when you're controlling them, but he went for a pin right away on Kenny Omega. Good old, what Jim Cornette calls a McFinger bang. So funny. Boom. And this is just great. I love watching the gameplay because then you can see some things. Boom. Oh, he hit him with a chair. Oh, Hogan's going for the pin.
2.
Nope, not
This
happening.
match continues.
Another body slam. Like I said, it's just neat to
A new
watch.
power-up has appeared.
To watch,
Massive help.
The computer fight show is neat. Went for the health. Very smart. Let's come back over to the chair. Hogan's got the chair. Oh, he missed. Oh, there it is. Spot call. Look at that. Oh, he's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, Hogan's beating the tar out of him. He brings him up. Oh, the back body drop. He's like, you better watch it, brother. He's going for the pin.
1, 2. Oh, it's a 2 count.
I wonder if Hogan's going to get a finisher off or not. Nope, doesn't look like that's going to happen. It seems like it's been doing it every time. Boom, side slam. Boom, he went again.
1.
For the pin.
A new power-up. 2. Grapple buff. 3.
Okay, pin Kenny Omega.
That's a pinfall.
And Hogan actually wins. So, very nice. That's how it works. I just wanted to do that real quick. Of course, there's no like points given because it's CPU. But it is an excellent arcade-based wrestling game. Again, the mileage you get out of this is really going to depend on how much you love wrestling. And yes, you're not going to have careers and stuff like that. And it could just be one of those games that you play in small doses. But for what you're paying for, the money-wise, it's an excellent, excellent addition to any wrestling fan. If you love wrestling games, if you want arcade-style action games, this is kind of where it's at. And I really do recommend it. It's an excellent price. It's right now out on PS4. And this has been Action Arcade Wrestling, August 14th, Saturday, in the Gaming Roundtable. Again, I'm back. I'm going to start putting up more videos and getting back into the groove of things now that things are starting to calm down. And remember, in 14 weeks is Christmas, so holy cow, it's right around the corner. And I want to thank you all for tuning in and being patient with me during this last month because July was crazy. And especially now with the new COVID variant going around, the different things happening. But I definitely want to put up some more videos. Please, again, check out Unpaid Gamers on YouTube. That's Unpaid Gamers with the guy with the big head pointing. And check out, subscribe, Posthuman Guy, subscribe to Band Loss, and please subscribe to my channel, The Gaming Roundtable. And please feel free to leave any comments in the section. And if you would like, you can always hit me up on PlayStation, become a follower. I thank you all for your time today. And as always, gamers, good gaming.